Good morning. Welcome to Simply Live with SimplyLesa. We're going to chat this morning. Is that Iris? Oh no! Hi, Loretta. How are you? Um, the weather's starting, isn't it? We got some wind, and it's raining up here right now. Oh, hi, Miss Kennel. Midnight Kennel. And who else is here? Yes, I'm kind of brushing my hair. Kind of. I'm brushing my hair. So, I think I have energy again. After the whole COVID disaster. Oh, being sick with COVID sucks. Don't get it. Rain and Concho. Yep. Oh, you have a double rainbow. It's getting cloudy up here. It's raining here too. It's a light rain, but it was enough that it got chilly. So I started the wood stove. You can see the fan on the wood stove barely moving, or maybe it's going to stop now. I closed things up, but it was hot enough that it was spinning real good a few minutes ago. Yes, my hair is down. No, it's not staying down. I'm going to braid it. Let me sit on. I was trying to move this over. Sit on the stool instead of the chair, so I'm higher because of where I have the phone sitting. Oh, I talked to a lady on Facebook this morning about a dog, but in the end, they wanted so much of a rehoming fee. She wanted $400 to rehome a dog because they have all female dogs that are not fixed and they don't want to have puppies. And she put it out, we need to find a new home for this dog. And I get that it's kind of common that people are doing rehoming fees and things. And I get that it costs money for vet visits and things like that. But to be honest with you, when you put an ad out and you do not say anything about a rehoming fee, but you're anxious to give away a dog, and you word it in a way that sounds like you're anxious to give away a dog, then when you go, oh, surprise, it's $500. Well, forget it. I don't have $500 to give you. So much for that. He was a poodle mix. And yes, I have enough in my emergency fund, but that's not a wise decision to take money from my emergency fund to get a dog. So much for that. And bummer, it's like I got excited, right? Because he had a lot of poodle in him, so he would have been hypoallergenic. And I was like, oh, I'll be helping him have a good place to live. And, and then it's like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, people. I did talk her down to 400, but I was kind of hoping I could get it lower than that, but it didn't work out. So yeah. And so I'm just gonna wait on that whole thing, because when it's right, it'll happen. Or maybe it's not the right thing for me right now. I am planning to go to Baja this winter, so I never crossed a border with a dog. I understand it's not that big and scary a thing or anything like that. And I've crossed borders on buses or walking. So, but taking a vehicle, is a new thing for me. And so that's a little thing. There, my hair's better. Y'all got in on the let's braid my hair. Hi, Iris. So, yeah, see, that's what I think too. If you're going to put something out on we're helping animals, right? Don't pretend you're helping trying to make money. I mean, I get it. I get it that shots cost money, and vet visits and all of that stuff costs money, and dog food costs money. I get it. Totally get it. But that's all right. Not my time. All right, so that's that rant. And it is nice and warm in here right now. Whoa, I just looked at the inside thermometer. It's 71 degrees in here because I have the wood stove running. But the rain, when the wind started this morning, and then the rain, it was starting to get kind of chilly in here. Yeah, see, that's what I think too. I'm one of those great dog moms, and I could use a service dog. And this dog could have been a really good service dog. Hi, Joseph. I need these glasses to read, don't I? Not that pair. Well, that pair's not even a pair. That's just a case. So that's that. Anyways, yeah, so weather's starting up again. Bummer. I was able to get out and go solo once this week and went to town before that, but I'm feeling so much better. Can you see? Yeah. So these are so I can read a little better on the, although I'm not sure that's going to work very good this morning. So I'm starting to, okay, so I've done a bunch of research. I'm about finished with the brain dump journaling for the moment. I still journal. I have journaled for years, and I don't keep them. I learned a while back, a few years back, that there comes a point where it's like, okay, I'm doing this as a way to help me like empty all the extra crap in my brain. And when it's gone, I don't need it anymore. So sometimes I'll hang on to them for a week, a couple weeks, a month, a couple months, whatever. But then over time, if I'm typing them into the computer, I just delete them over time. And I used to take my journal books and go out to the burn barrel or a fire pit and burn it. And it was like a little ceremony thing of letting the dreams go into the atmosphere. Some of you people who are more inclined toward the new agey alternative thought stuff will understand that. Letting go of the stuff that needed to go, letting the hopes and dreams out into the air and the atmosphere to allow it to help bring things to me, stuff like that. Anyways, and it was kind of a ceremony that I would burn them. Well, then it became I don't need to do this that way anymore. So, I stopped doing it that way. So now more often than not, I'm typing it into the computer on a Google Docs that is online and offline, offline, so that I can do it. I have a Chromebook, which doesn't want to work unless you have service. And so most of the time I don't have service. So, or service for it. So I put my fingers right over the camera. So I just periodically go in and maybe scroll through a little, anything I need to remember or keep from that, and then just hit delete and delete it all. So I'm still doing that. I'm still doing my phone therapy, which is important to me and my health. I have spoken to both of my children in the last couple weeks. They are both improving, and that's nice to hear. And I am cleaning up stuff and such. So like the clothes that I had left here underneath the bed, the clothes I took with me on my trip. You can see I have piles on the bed back here. I bought a really nice winter jacket in Colorado at a thrift store for $8, and I love it. and I did not try to zip it. And for anybody who doesn't know, I have been fat before. And I never had the surgery that was approved for me the year that COVID started, so early 2020. They approved me for skin surgery because of this and because of my belly. And I know sometimes there's men on here, so you know. And so I have a belly. Okay, if I come over here, I have a belly, and it's loose skin, and I tend to get infections, and it's uncomfortable and not good. I mean, I have to really take care of the loose skin, including this. And plus it doesn't look good, so it doesn't like feel good, right? Because it affects how I think. Okay, so I bought this beautiful coat for $8 at a thrift store, and I don't think I zipped it up. It won't zip over my belly. So I'm making a pile of things that won't fit over my belly that might fit one of my other friends. My new pair of leggings I got from Walmart. I bought 2 pair. One was capris and one was full long ones. Well, the capri ones, I have the same leggings from, I don't know, 3 years ago. These are so tight. I think they're mislabeled. I think they're a smaller size than the label says. And so they are so uncomfortable trying to pull them up over my belly. So those are going, wherever the coat goes, those are going there. And then I have another pile, which was the bathing suit I bought, but I never actually wore. And it's too big up here. And I'm like, okay. So it's a good thing I didn't pay a lot of money for those items. But, you know, we're still talking, it's probably about $50 worth of brand new clothes that never got worn that I'm going to, you know, pass on to somebody else. It's okay. I'm blessed an incredible amount. And in my mind, the whole idea of wealth is not all about money. Wealth is about how rich your mind is and how rich your character is. And so I know that my helping someone else with these things, it'll bless them and I'll be blessed. And believe me, I know y'all bless me all the time. So that's not even, and it's not just you people online that bless me. So these things that are piled up on the bed, they're different piles for different things. And where I'm sorting through the things that had been here. And as you know, we're in a minimalist sense. We use about 80% of the things we have on a regular basis. And so there's an 80-20 rule in the universe. And I don't remember, it works in science, it works in math, it works in lots of places. But in a general sense, we tend to use about 80% of what we own. And so if you start to pick out the 80% of, I mean, am I saying that wrong? We use 20% of what we own, and 80% of it is usually what we don't use, but whatever. So if you start to go through your stuff and you pick out the stuff you actually use all the time. Oh, yeah. I use this or that. And so like on this trip while I was gone over the summer, I missed a couple of items. So those items, I'm finding a way that they're going to go back in the car with me when I get ready to go again, which will happen soon because I'm not interested in really being up here in the snow. But so as I'm going through these things, hi, Melissa. And anybody I didn't say hi to, hi, just get that out of the way. And if you have a question, please put a bunch of uppercase Q's, or if you know how to do it, make it highlight my name so that I'll remember to. So I can see that it's a question quick and go look for it so I can answer your questions. I'd be more than happy to answer questions today too. So let's see. So I'm sorting through these things because the things I actually use every day, That's what I need to be spending my energy on cleaning, using, and not storing. And so I don't want to store a bunch of crap that I don't use. And there were some decisions I made about having things once I built the cabin. And the cabin whole thing was about COVID. You know, when the pandemic happened, we were all concerned that what's going to happen? Is this the apocalypse, right? Am I and some of my friends going to have to survive here? Let's figure this out, right? So, so I have a good infrastructure here on the property, and then spending about 6 months away living in the tracker and loving it and loving being back out, then it's time to regroup, because this, yes, the world is changing and has changed. Yes, the powers that the human powers that be are changing the processes of our everyday life, and it's what they're intending to do, and it's okay. Yeah, they can do it. God's allowing it, they can do it. But we can also take some control over the things we have control over. So I'm getting down to this shirt I like, this bra fits, those kinds of decisions. That coat over there, it'll fit anybody, and me with like big bulky things under it. That's going to stay here. That's worth keeping here, because all last winter I used that coat every day when it was snowing here and when I couldn't leave because I didn't really have a car. And so that will stay. The red tea kettle, I bought it for that stove. I dropped the lid the other day and chipped a piece of the enamel off of it. It hit a piece of stone. Bummer, but it's okay. It didn't hurt it any. But that kettle is for the wood stove. That one's staying right there. And no, that one's not going anywhere. That one's for here. That stays here. So that's kind of my process right now is, do I use it? What's it for? Does it go with me or does it stay here? The curtains work here. They're staying here. You get my drift. So I'm going through those clothing items and preparing a bag for, one is for my neighbor, Carrie, who's a little bit smaller than me. Actually quite a bit smaller than me. But, and then the other one is probably for the Canon ladies. I always forget their names. Brittany and whatever her mom's name is. But anyways, for those ladies, because they're close to my size and they're local, and if I ever needed anything, any of these people that are neighbors like that would help me if I needed it. And so it's always good to encourage those relationships anyway. Okay? And then anything that's just like scrappy and I can't throw it out, but I don't know. When I go through St. John's again, they have a thrift store that is connected with one of the churches. And in the back of their store, there's a drop-off bin. And so I will just drop a bag of, like a trash bag full of clothing, old towels that can be used for rags, stuff like that. We'll all go down there. So I'm kind of looking. Can I show you at the same time? I've got you on the Wii Boost, so I'm trying to be careful. So as you can see, I don't have all the coffee cups up here anymore. I took them down. I love that orange light up there. It's rechargeable, and it's also a bug light, it'll kill bugs, right? A bug zapper light. But I really like that one. I kind of wish I could take it with me in the car, but I'm not sure. I've used it daily when I'm here, so I might take it. I haven't completely decided. I've gone over my stoves. I had some trouble. I couldn't get my fuel for my little stoves. So I had a sterno can in that, but I also used a wood stove this morning. But if it was hot out, I wouldn't be using a wood stove. I love using the little chandelier, the red three candle chandelier from Yuko. I baked a muffin this morning. Okay, It was Birch Bender's Paleo Cake Mix. I'd never seen it before. The ingredients were okay-ish for me. So, but I baked like a muffin this morning in that. It was way too sweet. And I'm really disappointed that Birch Benders, as much as I loved their pancake mix, they switched from stevia to coconut sugar. And so now I don't want to buy that, but it's not as sweet as like cake mix. And I don't like cake mix. It's too sweet. It's nasty. So I'm going through everything here at the house that way. Yes, I have this other pile of kind of messy as I'm going through it stuff. And I've been doing the same thing out back, and been messing around with the greenhouse garden room. I shouldn't call it a greenhouse because it's not completely enclosed. I do have some plastic on it. Man, is it raining now? Actually, that looks like hail. Some of it's bouncing off the roof of my car. I can see out here. Yeah, it kind of looks hail-like. Anyway, so I've just been, working at cleaning up. I also called the Rally Top people about the removable roof on the tracker, because when I was up in Colorado the last time, I had a leak. And y'all know that the carpet kit that's in my car, when I got the car, it was all embedded with cat and dog hair. That's bad enough for me to sleep with because I'm allergic to the animal hair and dander stuff. But I guess it won't kill me, but it does make me sick and stuffy and not feel good. And then the Rally Top started leaking between the top and the car itself. And I was like, okay, I know the thing's 24 years old and leaks will happen, so it's probably weather stripping. But this week I was able to call the Rally Top company and ask them about, is there, what do I do? And what's the best way to handle this? So they have, this Rally Top is evidently the old model. I thought something was wrong with it or they had not put it on right. And when the girl asked me for a bunch of pictures, it's the old model of one of the original models of that Rally Top. And so it is right, and it is installed right. And so what she thinks has happened is there's a foam like weather stripping that goes between the top and the car, the metal of the car. And she thinks that that's gone. And she said, for $35, I can send you a repair kit. So I was going to order that, but it just didn't feel right to do. Well, I need to talk about that not feeling right thing too, because that might be helpful to somebody else. But so it just hasn't felt right yet to actually order it. So I may wait until I'm traveling, because I will be really soon, and then order it to go one of the places I'm going to be. But anyway, so that kit, she says I don't even have to remove the top to fix that. So that will solve the leak. But the leak was running down the inside of the car and getting the carpet wet. And then the wet carpet was making me feel sick on top of the fact that I had COVID and didn't know it. So I also was able to go over to Matt's shop. Matt has the Bug Barn in St. John's, Arizona. The Bug Barn, he works on VWs and sand rails. He builds Baja bugs, but he also does repairs on VWs. And so he and I discussed the peeling paint thing. I have a spot about as big as my hand and a couple of dings. So we talked about the peeling paint thing. He offered to do it for me, but I was like, my money's limited and I have this and this and this and this and that other thing to do. So I'd rather save money if I can do this myself, right? I'd rather save money and have you help me when it comes time to replace the carpet, because the carpet's got to come out of my car. But to take it out, you've got to remove seats and do things. And he was suggesting, which I had wondered, he was suggesting that I find the rubber carpet replacement. It makes the floor like rubber, like would be in an old pickup truck. And so I'd rather have his help doing that. And I know it'll cost money, but whatever. So I'm still hunting. I need to call him again and see if he knows where to order that rubber from. But I probably will have him help me with that. I don't know how soon. I'd love to have that going to Baja, but we'll see. Don't know yet. But anyway, so so I touched on that. I touched on the other thing. I haven't talked to Darren about the decals and stickers yet. I know he's been busy working, but I haven't talked to him more about that. My recovery tracks came. They're orange. They're emergency orange. They're inside the tracker right now. I did go to Walmart when I went to Sholo, and I couldn't buy the 40-inch by 20-inch table that I had seen at a Walmart previously. And it is online, but I can't get it shipped. I don't understand. Other people can have things shipped and you can pick it up at Walmart. How come I can't do that? Anyways, whatever. They had a 48-inch by 20-inch. Well, that won't fit my space. So, okay, Loretta, see you later. Have fun. So we're, okay. So I still think that table, when I can get one, it's 40 inches, which is exactly the size of between my wheel wells in the back of the car, by 20 inches. And I have 21 inches by 41 inches inside the back of the car. That will make the platform and give me a table, so that if I'm at flea market again, or I want to set something up, or perhaps at one of the events, I can actually use it as a table, and I could take it in and out of the car as necessary. So I am trying to get my hands on one of those tables, because then I don't have to build a platform. And I believe if I can do that, then it's just a matter of making sure it's up high enough to make it level, to make my bed level. And I believe I can still use the ammo crates that I'm using for my pantry boxes. Canned goods fit so good in those, that you laying down. But it allows them to be, they're weatherproof, they're dustproof, they have a rubber seal inside them, so they're waterproof and dustproof and all that other stuff. So, and if I want to just pull it out, put it on a picnic table, it's easy. But I need to measure and see. I thought about this morning. I haven't done it yet. Need to measure and see if I could put two side by side, instead of opening this direction from standing at the back of the car, right? They would have to open sideways to put more than one. But I think I could then just set the table on top of them, and I would have everything right there. I think that's maybe the way to go, to, to keep this simple and useful, and who knows. So those are the big things I'm working on. How am I going to take 2 rolls of paper towels instead of 1 in the small car? How am I going to, maneuver some extra bedding for extra comfort? When I left here in April, May, whenever, I was thinking summer. I was not thinking about being in Colorado when it would get cold. And so I did not take all my warm bedding. I want to take more of my warm bedding because I know me enough to know that I'm not going to come back here before I do something else. And so I need to be ready for everything just like anybody else. I need to ask the Rally Top people about adding the roof rails on the back portion of my car. You can only put 75 pounds up there. And so it would need to be lightweight and waterproof, whatever I put up there. But I could do like dry bags, like motorcycles would use as pannier bags or side, what are they called? But waterproof bags like you'd use on a motorcycle trip. I could put a couple on the top and take some extra blankets, or maybe put my Kelly kettle up there, or my extra empty water jugs until I fill them, or I don't know what, but a few items could go up there. And then it could look even a little more overland, right? But I need to ask them whether that's possible for me to add those rails. I believe the rails are about $65, something like that. But you are limited to this to the size. Okay, anything else on that subject? What else do you guys need an update on? COVID sucked, don't get it. But if you do, stay home, drink hot liquid. Although everything tasted nasty, so there was a whole thing there. And it's funny, I don't think I lost any weight, but I wasn't out walking around like I'd like to. I see cues. Let me get my glasses so I can see it a little better. How do I get the courage to leave my to leave my driveway with my 87 Mini Winnie and head from PA to Quartzsite? Okay. Oh, hi, Catherine. That's fine. I do my live chats at 9:30, mostly Arizona time. But I got to be honest with you, while I was traveling, it was whatever the time zone was where I was. So, but when I'm in Arizona, it's Arizona time. So, 9:30 Sunday mornings. Catherine, how do you get the courage up? I was on Facebook the other day. Now, I canceled all the Facebook stuff that said Simply Lesa. By the way, I just realized there's some other woman out there that must have realized in a business sense that my name is helpful to her. So there's somebody else out there who is doing Simply Lesa, spelled Lesa. She is not me. So I just bought SimplyLesa.com. Okay. But this other person is not me. And so be careful who you're listening to if you wanted to listen to me. I did not go into her stuff. I don't want to give her extra clicks and likes and all that stuff. But I took my public persona off Facebook. And so I'm under my actual name, Lesa Neesmith. And I am not friends with very many people. I'm being very choosy about who I'm friends with. And I do not use Messenger much. Occasionally, somebody will send me a private message, and I will answer them enough to say, you already know me and have my phone number. Text me on my phone number. Or you don't know me and I don't give out my number to just everybody. So, or I don't answer them. I'm also on Instagram as SimplyLesa_, but I'm not out there very much either. And it's okay, Mary. Better late than never. And you can always go back and watch them for now. Let's see. So I'm on Instagram as SimplyLesa_. But I'm not even active out there. I have been using it to use the messenger part because most of my Overland Expo buddies are Instagram people or Insta people. And so I had that account a long time ago, so I still had the SimplyLesa_, so I've kept that. But I don't know what I want to do with all this stuff. And that's why Darren was encouraging me to get the SimplyLesa.com, which is gonna be in my logo circle. That will be stickers and stuff. It says SimplyLesa.com. He wants me to get that so that my blog spot, my Instagram, my YouTube, my everything, you can go to the website and then find me. And so that's what we're aiming for with that. Yeah, Baja's gonna be a blast. I remember growing up. So I graduated in 76 from high school. And so you can imagine the 60s, I was in grade school. And then the early 70s, I was junior high, high school. So uh, I remember watching the races on TV and the surfer dudes, and so the Baja off-road racing, and I was like, I just want to go down there. I just want to be a part of that stuff. And so for me to go, this is going to be a lot of fun. And I am going to be going with friends from Instagram and from Overland Expo. So I believe I'm going with Candy from Chicks Do It Too. And Chicks Do It Too. Melinda and Jason. I forgot what their handle is. Michael from Drive the Globe. There's 4 of us. Me, somebody else. But anyways, I'm not necessarily going convoying. They want to be there in January, February. I'm not all the way sure. I know Michael was on his way down now, but he had something happened to his orange. He has that big orange military truck that is gorgeous inside. If you could see his videos, look at the inside of that thing. It is gorgeous. It's an apartment on wheels. I don't want to drive something that big, honestly. I really don't. But it's beautiful. Anyway, he broke down somewhere in New Mexico, but he was near friends because I texted to say, if you're closer to me, come on over here and we'll get you fixed up. But he was like, no, I'm near friends. And he's headed down to Mexico right away. And he's been going down 20 some odd years. So it's going to be good to kind of go with him. He told me where to get my Mexican insurance from, which I'll be working on real soon. Let me get back to that question. Part of the reason I went off on this little thing was I shared some meme that I saw, or quote that I saw, I think this week, about having the courage to do things. And all it was just you. It's simple, but simple and easy are 2 different things. So don't get confused that way. The simple is you just gonna have to watch all of these. Oh, okay. I even have trail journals from when I hiked on the Appalachian Trail are out. If you Google me, you can even find those trail journals. I saw that the other day and I was like, I need to go read those again. I remember I didn't even hike with phones and maps, and that was 2011. And I purposefully went, kind of, what do they call it now? Going dark? Well, I hiked going dark. That's a scary little thing to do, but it's what I did. Anyway, sidetracked. Boy, do I get sidetracked some days. So get the courage up to leave Pennsylvania to come. Who was it that asked me that question? In fact, live chat. Oh, visible. Who asked me? Let me get right back to it so I could be a little more careful answering you. Oh, it was Joseph. How do I get the courage to leave my driveway with my Mini Winnie and head west? There comes a point. If you've already practiced by sleeping in your vehicle in your driveway, which I'm saying it's a good practice, right? Just practice. Sleep in the driveway so your first night's not so scary, right? Then go to somewhere local. Go to the local truck stop. You're in Pennsylvania, okay? I grew up in Maine. So you're in Pennsylvania, all right? You've got a Love's, a Flying J's, a TA, a something within an hour of you somewhere. I expect you do. Some kind of truck stop thing. Go park one night at the truck stop and sleep. Now you still have your driveway. You're still not all the way gone. Okay? If you're too scared, you forgot something, you can run back. Okay? But then once you get some kind of comfort level with the new thing, then suck it up and just go. There comes a point where you just have to take a deep breath, feel the fear, and do it anyway. I hope I was loud enough saying that. But there used to be a book. I bet there still is a book. And the title of the book was Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. So there comes a point, you set yourself up the best that you can, and then just go, I'm scared, I'm going anyways. And if you believe in God like I do, just say, yo, God, you've always had my back. I need you now because let's go. And then as you start to drive, you start to go, oh, this isn't so bad. Oh, okay. The scary thing, I left it behind. And then you sleep one night and you go, oh, all that, right? Yes, all that. Right, Joseph. So let me check this other thing. Good midnight run. Good replies to Joseph. Very good replies. You guys help him out too. I'm not the only one with stuff to share out here. Of course, we're all afraid, like Iris said, we're all afraid to break down somewhere where we don't know anybody. But you know what? The first time you break down somewhere where you don't know anybody, you take a deep breath. And I believe in God, so this is what I do. I take a deep breath and I start talking to God. Okay, I need a little help here. Where's the closest gas station? Where's the closest place where somebody might be able to help me? Deep breath. Okay, God, I need your help. I don't even know what to say to this person because I'm not mechanical. I've been through that. And just go somewhere and say it. And I have had my vehicle break down now closer to between in Calpatria, California, which is between Blythe and what's south and Yuma. Not Yuma, but it's on the California side, like between Blythe and Slab City, Nyland, California. And the van broke down. I had the van was too expensive a problem for me. And I didn't like driving the big vehicle. Okay. But the van, and every time it broke down, it was more than my monthly income to fix it. Every time. It was never a cheap fix. It wasn't like, oh, $20 and we're good. No, it's $1,200 for this and $700 for that. And I was only getting $500 a month back then. So that was real hard. But in Calpatria, I was like, God, I don't even have an emergency fund because I just fixed this other thing. And I got to go in here and I got to ask for help. And so I went in and I said, guys, please don't do any work until you talk to me. You can tell this is my home, but I'm scared. I don't know. And I don't think I got enough money to do this. Well, first they came out and they said, well, it's going to be $95 to take the doghouse off. And I was like, no, I can't pay you to do that. I'll come take it off myself. And the guy was like, you'll do what? And I said, I don't have enough money. If the problem that's going on is going to be expensive, I can't afford to pay you to take the doghouse off. I'll come take it off myself. And he was like, okay, that's weird. To them, it was weird. To me, it wasn't. To me, it was, let me help you so you can help me because I need my van to run. This is my home. I can't be stuck. And So then they put it up on a lift, they checked it all out. And the guy said, okay, Miss Lesa, we need to talk. So I went in the office and he wants $1,000 for something. And I have $200. And I was like, I don't have that much money. And I said, do you believe in God? Can we have that conversation? And he goes, I do. And it was like, can we have that conversation? I need Christian to Christian price. And he goes, oh, let me see what I can do. And he said, and you're older and he goes, let me see what I can do. And he came back and he had knocked $200 off the price, but I still didn't have enough money to fix it. And I was like, so we're still not okay because this is all I got. And the only way I'm going to have more money is in another 3 weeks when I get paid. And then you would take my entire, including grocery money. And he goes, people don't talk like that. And I was like, I do. I'm telling you honestly exactly how much money I have. And we're talking my groceries down to the penny. We're not talking that I'm saving out grocery money because I don't have it. And he went, oh, okay. And I said, do you know if there's a church in the area where I might be able to talk to the minister and at least be able to park in his parking lot until I can afford the money to pay you? And then we'll have the work done. And he goes, well, yeah. We worked it out. I owed the guy $50 when I got done. And he did fix the car. And he allowed me to leave. And I came back a week later and gave him the $50. So you see, if you just have to get brave when it happens, but don't be so scared that you don't live your life, because God's got this whether we do or not. And if you're supposed to be out there, it'll work out. You just don't know how. I mean, I don't either. I didn't know I was going to be able to fix the leak in the tracker for this inexpensive. And I've decided that I may leave without it fixed because it's starting to get cold, snowy here, and I want to go see a friend who's a couple of hours away. And I was like, you know what? I could go do that thing, and then if I have to run back, there might be an Indian summer kind of week or something when I could come back and fix the other problem, and then I can go on. So I may be doing that. But the point is, take the deep breath, feel the fear. Don't avoid the fear. You're going to learn something from it somehow. Don't avoid it. Just feel it and say, okay, honestly, I'm scared and I'm going anyways. Honestly, I don't know whether to trust this person, but I got to trust you, God, that you're sending me the right place. So deep breath, I'm going to go. That's how I handle it. So this is my budget. I'm still paying payments on the van. Yes, Iris, I feel bad for anybody who has to make payments on their vehicles. But I have to say as well that after what happened last year with the Cherokee, that was a piece of that was a lemon car for me. It was not a good car for me. It had so many crazy problems, just like the old van. It was like, I don't know whether it was a lemon, I don't know, but whatever. That car cost me so freaking much money. And it was comfortable. It was a great size, but it's made me, as much as I wanted a Wrangler, I still sometimes just go, yeah, I don't know about a Wrangler after what happened with the Cherokee. Whatever. But I love my tracker. I really do. It's small, yes, but I love it. And okay, so when between these two vehicles, I added some more money onto my construction loan, and I'm sorry I did. I wish I had not done that, because I'm still paying a $250 a month payment, and I'm no longer debt free, and I don't like that. But I will be debt free soonish, in 2 more years. I just have to. And then I had to pay for Stan to work on this and to fix it and to make it mechanically sound so I could go. And so that was an extra 2,000. No, it cost me an extra 2,000 over what I had saved. So I put that 2,000 on my loan. I've already paid off the construction loan, basically. And so I put the 2,000 on to get the car. And then I had to put more on in order to pay for to have it fixed so I could feel comfortable leaving with it. And so I understand, Iris. I do not like owing anyone money. I do not like this system. Debt free is the best way to go. Debt free with an emergency fund is the bomb. And I encourage everybody to carry on their life that way. And so that's what I'm aiming for again. Yes, I'm culling out. Do you guys know that word? I'm working things out of my life that don't fit my life anymore. And I'm only replacing or repairing or working with current things that support me as the person and whatever that I am. I'll be working on a vision board pretty soon. Not quite sure where I want to put that, how I want that to look. I will spend a lot of time on Pinterest. And I do have an account. I think I'm SimplyLesa on Pinterest as well. So if you're a Pinterest person, come join me over there too. Let's see. Right. And I just saw another good friend of mine who is also Christian. I don't agree with what she chose to do, but it's between her and God and her choice, right? But if she had asked me, I would have encouraged her to not buy a car from a dealership with a payment. I would have, because a lot of times you buy a car from a dealership with a payment and you don't even get to pay it off and something happens to it. And so, I don't encourage people to do that. I don't think it's a good idea. But if you have to, I get it. Sometimes we got to leave a situation or we just can't do the rent anymore. And we want to be, the nomadic gypsy, we got gypsy blood, you're smelling gas, whatever it is. And if it's just your life and you got to do it, take the deep breath, feel the fear, work through the process, get yourself into the life you were always supposed to have, and then live it. And I'm doing it again. And we just it's not a repeat of what you did before because you learned stuff in between. So we're going at it. In fact, I think I shared a meme this morning on Facebook. You're not starting over. I'm sorry, I leaned down. Starting over can happen anytime, but it isn't starting over in the same place from before. You're starting over with a whole mess of new information. So start over. If you need to, do it. Just take the deep breath. And remember, I'm one of those people, nobody was holding my hand while I went through it. But I got you back if you need me. Okay? And I'll do what I can. Email me. Don't forget to put, when you email me, if you watch this or you're, watching my videos, put in all caps, LIVE or SimplyLesa YouTube or something like that so that I know I'll put them in a special file so I can go work with you over there. And I am aware, I know Loretta Mojave had to go, but she wants me to consult with her on her SUV. Totally understand. Not even an issue. I don't mind consulting on rigs. To me, that's a piece of cake. But I am artistic and creative, and I love space. And, making a home out of something is simple. But what does your home need to have? Mine doesn't even need to have 4 walls. But I need to be mobile enough that I can stay in good enough weather. I think I'm making sense. I don't even think I have to finish that thought. But I've been debating, for example, this Yuko chandelier that I love. I've been debating because it's glass or it has glass. They make a neoprene cocoon that's a zipper case for it so that you have less chance of breaking it. I don't own one yet. I could get one. But if I'm outside in the weather, as much as I love that, and it cooks really well for some things, it does baking jobs really well, but you're only doing one little thing at a time. So you're only going to bake for one person at a time. But it does a good job. And if I don't mind waiting for the water to boil for a cup of coffee in the morning, I often wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock. If I wake up and I'm really awake and it's cool, I'll light that chandelier and then put a little Sierra mug of water on top of the lid, and I go back to bed. But the atmosphere is lovely. I wish I could take that with me, even to Baja. But I'm not sure I can do that and use it the way I want to. I may have to, I don't want to. I have to protect it. I have to, I have to make space for it to travel with me. I can get the same ambiance out of my Lucy string light, but I won't get the heat, and it's not the natural candlelight. And so I still am not sure whether I'm taking that with me on the road again or not. But I love that little thing. And here at the cabin, being able to use it that way when it's not cold enough to have the wood stove running, it'll raise the temperature inside. It's well insulated in here. It'll raise the temperature a degree or so in here, and boil water in the morning. And then in the evening, it's just ambient natural light. I just really love it. So sometimes I do that. Culling and cocooning, yep. Oh, I'm sorry if my audio is wonky sometimes. There is a lot of wind happening right now. I do have you guys, the reason that you see this picture is because I have you sitting on my Wii Boost, which is a cradle. And so there's a cord running out a window to an antenna. So I'm doing the best I can. I'm sorry about the video with wind blowing. Sometimes that happens. Guys, don't forget, if you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee or help me put gas in the gas tank, that I do have super thanks. And it's somewhere over here to you guys, and you can hit the button and you can give me a couple of bucks. But you could do that on any of my videos. You can, so super thanks and super chats and all of that stuff can happen. I still have an account with PayPal Me, which is not, it's my private, not a business account. So I'm supposed to get all the money that comes through that. But I've noticed that all of these online things have been changing stuff. And so I have a bunch of homework to do where I need to read the new agreements with YouTube. I need to get caught up on the new changes with some of those things. And then I need to work with that website that I got. But I need to work on those things. I'm aware. I get caught up in my own life sometimes. I didn't grow up in a family that took pictures. I also didn't grow up thinking, oh, I want to show somebody that. Let me get a picture of it. I want to have the experience. So sometimes I apologize that I forget to dig up the camera, or it's not, well, the camera, it's my phone, and it's not convenient and whatever. What did I just see? I just saw that Joseph was saying something else. Joseph, am I helping you get the answers to this thing? Super nothing on this right now, YouTube. Yeah. Let you guys know if I take the plunge. Okay. Joseph, just when you're ready, you can email me if you need to, but if you're ready, whatever you need to do. Walmart's are weird to sleep in, but if you're in a rig like you are, because you said you're in a mini Winnie, you just lock the doors, take a deep breath and say, God, I've done everything I can do. You got my back, and just go, and just go to bed, right? Or go fix your dinner or whatever it is, and just know that you can be okay. So, and it's not usually as scary as you think it is. We make it out to be way more scary. Guys, I doubt just. Oh, really? Okay. I had. Okay. Sorry about that, Mary, but I have all those things are out there. So maybe I need to just double check that they didn't do something and take it away, which they shouldn't have. Um, I doubt that I will be at RTR. RTR just, I'm in a different space. That's a good way to say that. I'm in a different space. No monetary donation options shown. Okay. So there should be super thanks somewhere on my pages, but we'll see. Whatever. Do RTR. Stay in touch with me. I believe I'll be in Baja when they're doing RTR, so I'm probably not even going to be in the country, right? I need to do that. So, yeah. So, okay. I don't know what else to say. We've been a good hour. Do you guys have more questions, more things? Have I missed anything today? When I'm doing all this reorganizing and whatever, I'm so annoyed sometimes with how much stuff, kitchen stuff, I feel like I have to take because I eat such a specialized diet. I wish I had this even more simple than I have this, and I have it pretty good, but I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to my therapist about that some more. I don't know. Um, I did run into some things this week. I was telling my therapist that I had noticed the way I play like solitaire online and how the solitaire, it when I start losing, I I just push and push and push and push. I have to win. I have to win. And I was like, what is this? And then I went, oh, I'm trying to be perfect, and I don't need to be perfect. And so I'm starting to listen to my intuition a little more. And I think intuition is very important. Um, I'm seeing you guys talk about these like uh, Walmart things and all of that. There is a factor about being in a place that's a little bit familiar. And I know that first year when I traveled all around the US, um, it was like, oh, Walmart, Target, Safeway, I know these places. Truck stops, I know these places. So those are the places I would choose to like go spend time. I'm not, I never have been very good at the touristy places. And to pay for a campground, I couldn't afford it. So I would find ways. I would be like, oh, I bet I can park right there. And I would go in a store. I've slept at big lots, parking lots before, gone into stores, talked to the manager, and said, I just need to spend one night. I'm tired. Could I just be in your parking lot tonight? Do you have any problem with that? And yes, this has been years ago and things are different now. I get that. But I got permission, no problem. Um, I have parked outside uh, industrial places where there were a lot of vehicles and just slept. But you do that thing when you're hunting for a place that you go in late and you leave early. So your timing's it doesn't gotta be, but it's better if you do it that way. If your timing is more like 9 o'clock at night, I'm going in, I'm getting right in bed. No, not watching a movie. Watch your movie somewhere else, right? Have your dinner near a park. Watch your movie somewhere else. Go late, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I don't know, whatever works for you. Pull in, close it down, shut the doors, turn the lights off, go to bed. And then in the morning, if you're an alarm person, I'm not. I'm a daylight person. I have trained myself for years and years and years. No watch, no whatever, daylight. And so um, when, but I have a natural clock that wakes me up right around 5 o'clock every morning. And so I wake up, and if it's not light, I be careful how many lights I turn on, and I get up in the driver's seat and move. That doesn't mean you got to move far. You go to a gas station. When I was in Colorado, I forgot the name, Cortez, Colorado. I was sleeping at a Walmart. There were a lot of people sleeping at that Walmart. I pulled in at 9:30 at night, went to bed, and I don't have very many curtains in my car on purpose because I want my daylight thing. I want stuff to be like that. So anyway, I went, and so in the morning, when I would wake up like 4:30, 5 o'clock, probably got to go pee the first time, I'm older, right? I would just drive to the gas station, use the bathroom, and then I would go somewhere else or get a coffee there. And then it's early. It's not quite time to go to a city park, but you could find a place where there are early morning people and park there and discreetly do your breakfast and whatever. Now, with me in the tiny car, and in a lot of Colorado, they have signs where they say you cannot use any stove that creates a flame in their parking lot. And so I can't go to my back door and open the back door and make my coffee there that way. So if I want to save money on making my coffee, when I go into the bathroom, I'll take I have one thermal jug, and in the summer, I keep ice in it because it's a 64-ounce Ozark Trail stainless steel double wall jug. And it will keep ice as it melts up to 7 days in a hot car in the front seat of a hot car in Arizona. So in the summer, that's my ice jug. And often you can go into a gas station and they will allow you to fill it from the drink station with ice for free. And that was because I was so low income. I had to find these ways to do these things. But on the side of the coffee pot, they have hot water. And if you always ask, always be polite, always be gracious, always say thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day. Okay. But if I'm trying to save money and it's cold or winter or whatever, I will ask if I can fill that jug with hot water from the side of the coffee pot. And then I don't, like in Cortez, then I don't have to, or Loveland is like that too. I don't have to break the law to make my cup of coffee because I've just gotten boiled water in something. Or just put it in your coffee cup and then go where you're going and then make your coffee, right? Because those are inexpensive ways to do those little maneuvers. But that allows you to go do something safe, move early. And so, yeah, if I'm up at 5 o'clock and I'm not quite ready to be outside the car and I'm not out camping like I like to be out in the trees, out in the woods, right? Out somewhere, boondocking. And when I'm in that situation, I wake up at 5 o'clock, I get out, I go pee, I open the door unless it's raining, and I sit in the doorway with my feet in my sleeping bag as I wake up. And if I could take my candle lantern, I just haven't figured out how I take my candle lantern and be Be decent with it. And I want to take my Kelly kettle this time, but I'm like, okay, but these two things are big by the time I take them. And where am I going to put them? And they're lightweight, but so this is all you guys understand. So, all right, let me see what else I just have my pickup truck. So I go in the back or side where the Walmart employees park and just sleep. Yep. When they were open 24 hours, still works. Yes. Great advice. I've gotten ice before, but never thought about the hot water. Yeah. I mean, it makes a good way to do it. And there's some good. Okay. I can't afford Starbucks, Viva, instant coffee. I mean, like, who can? To me, that's ridiculous price. But at Dollar General, in the $1 aisle, I don't have any right now, they have French roast taster's choice. Dark French roast taster's choice. In the $1 aisle of Dollar General. And the pack is 5 little sticks for $1. That's good instant coffee. And so if you're trying to maneuver, there's a way I make iced coffee using those as well. So, and I tend to like coconut milk or goat's milk, but I gotta be a little careful with the goat's milk because it cleans me out. But anyways, whatever. But so that's another way to get that. It is another reason to like keep a small thermos around that you could just put hot water in. In your larger vehicles, now one of you said you had a pickup truck. Who was that? Oh no, I just saw the instant coffee. Somebody gave me one somewhere, and I see people that are hikers, long distance hikers online talking about taking Vivia instant coffees with them. But oh, Brooke, there's this thing about Walmarts. Sometimes asking can get you in trouble. So look at all the signs, okay? If a sign says Walmart customers only 9 hours, I've seen that sign once. Make sure you're not there more than 9 hours. Go in late, leave early. If it says 24-hour parking only, go in for the night, leave in the morning. As long as you do that, and as long as you do go in and buy something, you are a customer. Yes, there are lots of Walmarts that say no overnight parking. And now that they close their doors at 10, 11, whatever it is, it's different. So you do want to be careful. And but there are times when asking will give you the no, and if you just do it, you can get away with it. But you need to be careful and do what you're comfortable with. I don't want to do that, so I often ask first. But I also pay attention to the signs, and the signs will tell you, and so pay attention to them. When I was in when I was in Bend, Oregon this year, I went to a Walmart that is on 3 different apps as an overnight spot. Went there, the signs say 24-hour parking, which to me says I can get away with one night, that's it. So I plan to meet somebody at 10 o'clock at night there. I don't do night driving often, but it was because of something going on. So I was going to meet somebody at 10 o'clock at night. Well, they were closing the parking lot and they had construction going on. So the security guy came over and he said, ma'am, I know I saw you watching for somebody and I saw a truck came up and you talked to them. And then that person walked over across the street. And he said, I need you to know that you can't sleep overnight here. And I was like, okay. Do you know somewhere that I could? Do you know where there's a truck stop? And he said, I know that legally, if you're homeless, you can go 3 exits up and go blah, blah, blah. And you can. And I was like, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I got right on my app and I looked for something else. And I texted the person who had come to meet me that had walked over somewhere else. And because I didn't realize they had walked away from their vehicle. And I was like, we gotta go. And so we went somewhere else. It was no big deal. It was just, it wasn't even annoying. I wasn't settled in. It wasn't one of those kind of things. But you do want to be respectful. So, play by the rules. Um, oh, I'm so sorry, Brooke. Uh, yeah, all of those gas stations with coffee pots, gas stations have coffee pots. All of them, even the new ones like our Circle K's and Speedways and whatever, that have that new thing that has the coffee beans up on the top. And when you push the button, whether it's a K cup or it's grinding the beans or whatever it does, I don't know what it does, but you push the buttons and then it makes your cup of coffee. Even those machines, they have a hot water spigot on the outside of them. Pay attention when you go in for a coffee, and just deal with that appropriately. But ask permission. Don't burn yourself, because you're not suing them if you've asked them for hot water and you accidentally burn yourself. You be careful, because it's an unusual request. And if you burn yourself and then you sue them, then we can't do that anymore. So don't do those things, please. All right. So, but yeah, I think it's a great way to, it's a great way to have hot. Oh, I know what I started to tell you when I went looking for who had the truck. Okay. People with larger, like if you have a van or a pickup truck with a cap on the back of it or whatever you've got, right? But something larger than what I've got, and you have space for it. If you can afford to, find one of those pump coffee pots. I can't stand seeing my arm flap. Anyways, okay, I didn't have the surgery because I didn't have anybody to stay with me for how many months while I healed up once they cut all this off. So now I'm 64 and I'm not 20. And so I take a deep breath a lot. Okay, back to this thing. Get one of those pump coffee pots. Boil water, put it in the pump coffee pot. Now you have hot running water. You just have to boil your water about once every 24 hours. It won't be hot the whole time. It will be consistently getting cooler, but it'll stay pretty hot. And if you want hot and cold running water, get two and put ice in the other one and let it melt, and you'll have hot and cold running water. I had that in my van. That's a repeatable offense. That one's worth it. And I really, really like my my Kelly kettle when I'm in a place where there is no fire ban, and when there's sticks on the ground that you can pick up. Now, you can't do this in quartzsite, because you can't just pick up sticks off of the ground in quartzsite. Desert is different. The vegetation in the desert is very dry, very flammable, and do not pick up the sticks and try to burn them in the desert. It is illegal. So don't do that. They want that stuff to compost back into the soil in the desert and do what it needed to do. And if everybody that goes down there in desert areas and is camping takes those little, what they think are dead sticks, they might not be dead. It might just be dormant until it gets weather, and then they sprout. And you wouldn't know that coming from an area that's not desert. So in those areas, I would have to buy wood and use a little hatchet or a hunting knife and carefully cut it in little strips in order to burn a Kelly kettle. Look it up. But the Kelly kettle boils water faster than a jet boil, but it is not canned fuel. And so there is a fire bowl. I don't find the hobo stove work well with charcoal, but that's my experience. I've tried, and you all know I do pretty good with wood fires. The hobo stove's nice, but it's just a little odd. I haven't figured out what I need to do to fix it, to make it do what I need it to do. But anyways, I am going to take it with me because I missed that while I was gone. And so it boils water really, really, really fast. Yes, it does equal a rocket stove, but a Kelly kettle is different. A Kelly kettle was designed in Scotland, I believe, by fishermen needing to make breakfast and have tea while they were out fishing. And it's very cold and very windy and very rainy. And so sometimes they're called a storm kettle. They are a chimney. So no, it's not the same as a rocket stove. No, but hold on. I'm going to go out the back door and get mine so I can show you. It's right here. Hang on. It's been raining, so it's wet and it's a little drippy. I have a towel close by. This is a Kelly Kettle base camp model. Okay? So you see that hole? That's the hole where the air goes in. This is the fire pit, the fire box. Okay? And then this is where you put your water, is in here. The new ones, I switched. The old ones were aluminum, and I think I've had this 2 years. This one's stainless steel. And I needed to stop doing aluminum for my health. Anyway, this is a whistling stopper. So you can loosely put this on here, and it will whistle when the water boils. Now, this is full of water, so I'm going to try to, I'm going to have black hands, maybe. So can you see how black that hole is in the center? That hole is the chimney. So I'm going to tip it this way and try not to spill water. You see how black it is inside there? That's the chimney. So you build a fire in here, small fire, and then you put this on top. And then, can you see that? You can't quite see the edge of that. Then the flames come out here. So let me put the handle down. That's wood on the handle. So now I'm going to lift it up because I can see that it's hard to see that. So right here, that is the chimney. That's where the fire shoots out of that. Okay. And so it makes hot water super, super fast. I got to go back and get something else. Oh, you guys can't see me. Oh. Oops, that part's not even outdoors. Okay. It's in the bag. I forgot. I had brought this stuff in. So this is the hobo stove attachment. I'll show you that. Oops, wait a minute. I'm trying to do this carefully. And this is the pot stand. Now, this is the new pot stand, which is lovely. So you put it together. It has little slots. You put the slots together like this. Okay. This is right side up. Oh, how do I do this? Can I twist this down a little bit? Oh, I can. Okay. So now you can see that if I stand behind it, you can see it because my shirt's light colored. So you put this direction, you put this in the hole, and now when the fire is coming out of this, you can put another pot, mini fry pan, okay? You put another pot on top of there, and you could cook on this while your water's boiling here. Okay. So this part then acts as a rocket stove. But in order to use it to cook, you've got to have water inside of it. Okay. Then this same stand, if you flip it just the opposite over, you can't see all the way on the table. Okay. If you flip it all the way opposite over, it becomes a stand to hold the bottom of the hobo stove or the whole thing. If you need to get it up off a picnic table or up off the ground because you don't want to, I don't know, you just want it up a little higher, you can do that. So I want to buy a second one of these, so I have one for the bottom and one for the top. Okay, so that's that piece, and it folds flat. And all of this goes packs inside of each other to carry it. And then this goes on top of here. So this is a pot stand. You can put a larger, I'm looking for something. All right, here. You can put a larger thing on this to cook. Okay, this pot's a little big. I might not use the red kettle, but you get my drift. And so these come in 3 different sizes, and I've always had base camp ones. The very first one I had was aluminum, and Bob gave it to me to test. It had the old cork. It was that old. And I met a woman in New Mexico that was super hard up and didn't have anything to cook on. And she fell in love with it, and I gave it to her. And then later on, I bought another one, but it was aluminum, and now I have this one. So yeah, if you're around me and you're needy, that's who I am. So when you go to pack this, this turns upside down and goes inside this. This still has water in it from the rain. I don't want to turn it upside down, but this turns upside down and goes inside the bottom of the kettle. And then it all fits inside the bag. So there's a bag that it fits in. So, and this boils water like nobody's business. It comes in 3 different sizes. This is the biggest one. If I want to do bath water where I can't use propane, this is a bomb. It works for me. So I missed this while I was gone. So I will be I will be traveling with this again because I missed it. So, okay, so that's a Kelly Kettle lesson. Kelly Kettle is not a rocket stove, and yet it is. And I don't have a rag handy, but paper towels, because when it dries out, I'll use it again, and then I will probably start a fire with it or something. Okay. Base camp is the large. The medium one is called the Scout. Think of Boy Scouts. And the small one is called the Trekker. The Trekker only boils 20 ounces of water. The base camp is 2 quarts, I think. Do not put anything but water in the liquid reservoir. Do not. You will not like your results, so don't do that. Kelly Kettle is a wonderful thing. You see how large mine is. I thought about getting a smaller one, but I looked them all over. I am a member of one of the Facebook groups the Facebook group for Kelly Kettle owners. And, I was paying attention to what some other people were talking about. The Scout is the same diameter as my base camp, but it's shorter. And I don't think it'll do me that much good to switch. So I'm not going to switch. I really kind of like another option out here. Boy, we're talking about something extra. Really kind of like the Cobb grill system. Because I miss having an oven sometimes, okay? But the Cobb grill runs on charcoal. I don't see a way to run it on wood in an emergency, okay? Although I know how to make charcoal. So It's not that hard. And if you go to a used fire pit when you're traveling, and there's often plenty of charred something or others that you could use for charcoal if you're, hard up. But charcoal's still available and cheap. Um, Anyways, a Cobb oven, Cobb kitchen. They make two sizes. One is, I don't know, 11 inches across or something diameter. My take on it is that it's most likely a similar size to this. Okay, this is my thermal pot. I never could get this label off. I need to do some digging and scraping, and I've had this thing for 4 or 5 years. I love this thing. Okay, but I believe the Cobb grill packed up, one is this size and one is larger, is oval. And for the round one, because a lot of people used to do a hack about 4 years ago, they used to put their Kelly kettles on top. You could do the Cobb, you can buy the Cobb kit, grill kit. And then they made their own version of kind of a medium size Kelly kettle, but it's not made by the Kelly brand, that goes on top of the charcoal box so that you can help start your charcoal by making your hot water. And it gives you an oven, there's a pizza stone, there's a wok pan, I love it. I've seen used, barely, like used one-time ones on Facebook Marketplace. I know there's one in Albuquerque recently was $60, and they tried it once and they got rid of it, and they're trying to sell it. I'm not in Albuquerque, that's 2 hours away. If I was over there, I might have grabbed it, right? But I just keep thinking that Cobb grill with their kettle might allow me to have all the things I want without having all these pieces and it fits in one bag, except for the kettle. The kettle has to fit in its own bag, but it would be just a little smaller package. And I would be using charcoal more than I would be using anything else. And then I could just have my bug out bag alcohol stove that I have a fold flat bug out bag Toaks titanium little stove. This is a stove. And my little Toaks titanium, wow, you guys are getting it all, huh? This is a siphon alcohol stove. Fits inside of this when you put it together. And then, but this, the pot fits down inside this. It's a windscreens too. So you have to have a narrow pot. And my pots, except for my Sierra mug, are all too big. Okay, Sierra mug, what am I talking about? Boy, you guys are getting this show and tell, huh? This is a Sierra mug. This one is a Snow Peak, which I forgot who Snow Peak was. Oh no, Snow Peak is the Japanese. It's a real good quality one and it's big. But what I'd like to have is a titanium version with a folding handle and a lid to go with this, which is bug out bag material. Okay? Or fast coffee when I don't feel like doing something bigger. Right? So that's that kid. Whew. All right. Let me catch up to you guys with your comments, because that was fun. Yes, I love talking stove stuff and whatever, but all right, let's see. So compact, yes. WD-40 on the label. Haven't tried that. Might work. I have Gooby Gone here. I just haven't done it yet. Cobb grill, yes, I love that thing. Kelly kettle is genius. I love the Kelly kettle. My suggestion though is if you already have a rig that has hot water and you don't care about how much hot water you make, I would say get the Scout because it's shorter. And so, I am a save space kind of person. So if I didn't want a lot of hot water when I feel like taking a shower, I wouldn't care. But that's why I still have the a bag solar shower that has a thermometer on it. I'm in Arizona, you can get your bags too hot. But because I need it to, you know how big my car is, okay? It's the size of a double bed. That's my whole car. Anyways, so I need my stuff to collapse and be small when I'm not using it. And the lighter something is empty, the more choices I can have with me when I'm traveling. So, okay. Yeah, I know. I feel like that too. Phew. So I would suggest if you're looking at the Kelly kettles, please consider the Scout over the base camp, unless you have more people with you or you want a really hot lot of water shower kind of thing. Kelly family is from, okay. Oh, cool. All of this could be done inside your rig. I would imagine it would warm up the rig in cold water. Oh, yes, but the Kelly kettle, no. The Kelly kettle you cannot use inside your rig because it is fire and flame. You have to have a way for that to go out. I would say in a severe snow emergency, no, that wouldn't be safe either. Let me not even say it. Use it on the back porch. Use it under your patio's grill. What's that thing called? Grill chimney or something. Don't, yeah. Be careful. It's fire. So, can you keep the oven on? You can keep the oven on, but be careful with doing the oven thing with your propane. And Joseph, no offense, but if you have the heat on or you're making your coffee in your rig with your propane stove, I won't be visiting. Because while you're doing that, I'll be outside and we can talk outside, okay? Because I will get sick. WD-40, yeah. Cobb Grill, Kelly kettle is great. Yes, it is. Base camp equals small, medium, or large. It is large. I already answered that one. We saw that. I'm going through the list, obviously. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's right. I know. Isn't that cool? Yes, who made that a working product? Right. Yay, product demo. So I'm glad you like that. Google Kelly kettle. Yes, Kelly kettle. Okay. So I think I answered the questions. Do we have more questions? I just think you can use your oven for heat. I wouldn't do it very long. The thing is that even propane uses oxygen, and most of your rigs are not airtight. Probably the newer ones are more airtight than the older ones, and yours is older. But be careful with that thing. I wouldn't leave the oven on. I would put it on for a minute, get it warmed up and whatever. But my problem would be, I can't, I can't be near propane. This is not a choice. I am allergic to propane. So even if you had a wave 3 heater in your rig, I cannot come in a rig that has propane heat. Or if you're making coffee in your rig using the propane stove, I can't be in your rig. That's how that works. So I will be visiting that way. Joseph will be visiting outside. You'll see something different because I'm allergic to propane, as in call the ambulance and they're not going to not believe me and, blah, 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 blah. But the Cobb, I keep thinking I really want to go that direction because it would give me an oven and a pizza stone and it would let me be more normal, but it's still a big package. So I don't know. And by the way, if you guys, in the vein of trying to stay warm in your rigs, if you can handle it, now Kelly Kettle will boil enough water for this for sure. But if you can handle hot water bottles work. Mary, oh my gosh, thank you so, so much. Now realize it'll take me a little while before I actually get it in my hands. But Mary, if you need something, you need a question answered or anything, I am more than happy to give you a little extra attention. I don't mind at all if you have something. Let's see. But as far as staying warm, do you guys know old-fashioned hot water bottles? Do you know that long-distance hikers who hike in the winter, they take Nalgene bottles, and you can pull a sock over a Nalgene bottle, okay? And you can put boiling hot water in a Nalgene bottle. Tighten it, it won't leak. And put it in your sleeping bag with you. That's how long-distance hikers stay warm sometimes when you're in tents, Of course, they're in a very small, you also have small space is easier to hold your body heat and temperatures and things like that. But old-fashioned hot water bottles, like the rubber ones that, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I've met people who never heard of one, but I came from places where hot water bottles were normal. And if you had a bad period as a girl, you hugged a hot water bottle. It made your cramps better. So hot water bottles work. If you can do a hot water bottle, wrap it in a towel or make a sweater for it, if you're, a crafty person, stick it in the bottom of your blankets before you go get in bed. Oh, goodness. To put your feet in a warm thing is absolutely wonderful. How do I react to propane? Within seconds. You would think I am the worst case of asthma you have ever seen. My throat starts to close up on me. And, I don't know about that one. Cool. That's cool. About the long hot water bottle. I didn't know about that. But anyways, my throat starts to close up and I start to cough immediately. Like I can't breathe. My lungs do not function correctly. And I start to do this. The first thing you'll hear within seconds is, and I'll go, what is that? Especially if I'm not thinking and I haven't been in a rig in a while and I just walk in and I'm not paying attention. It'll be like, and then I'll be doing this. And then within a few seconds, I'm like, yeah, it's bad. And that's a real bad, whatever. It's horrible. I sound horrible. And I need to get attention for it. Well, you know that the hot water bottle itself probably doesn't weigh anything empty, but it's how many gallons of water is it going to take to fill it, right? And then water weighs 8.3 pounds per gallon. And so if it's a 2-gallon one, first off, how are you going to heat that much water, right? And so there's a whole thing. Yeah. 25 pounds. Wow. I wouldn't want to, that's too heavy. I wouldn't want to cuddle that. Anyway, I've even seen fake fur covers for those things. Covers that look like little teddy bears. There was one I wanted years ago that came from Germany, and they had stitched a cover for it that made it look like a little lamb, and I thought that was the cutest. I wanted that thing, but whatever. So, yeah, hot water bottles are great. Don't forget, if you're getting cold, put your hat on, put gloves on. I have a hat that does not look cute on me at all. It is not for cute. It lives in a certain place in the car. It already has a home. Inside of it is fleece, and on the outside it's knit. And it's ugly. It makes my hair ugly because it like really. They make winter hats now that have satin inside of them so they don't mess up your hair. But I just it's about keeping warm. So I got the one that had fleece so that I don't know. I found it at a thrift store brand new and it was probably $3. And it was like, I need that. I don't care what it looks like right now. And I have gloves and I have glove liners because if I was hiking again, I would take the glove liners and not take the heavy gloves. But I have a pair of wool gloves. Well, that depends on what the weather is. But like, if something happened to my car and I had to bug out and I had to take my bug out bag and get out of my car or out of Dodge, you know. So, oh, okay, Joseph. I do have a I do have a wish list out there. I haven't been looking at it lately because I've been like focusing on some other stuff. Um, oh, that means you'll be sending it here, won't you? Maybe. Oh, okay. You saw. Okay. Um, okay. Just okay. Okay, that's fine, Joseph. um, yes, and there are lots of choices of hot water bottles on Amazon. Absolutely. I don't know what else to talk about right now. I just feel like I have a lot. I was talking to a woman about a dog this morning. She put it on a site, sounded like it was, I think the site, I think the only reason I'm on there is because they were supposed to be free animals. I was talking to her about a poodle mix dog. And after she started talking to me, she says, well, you know, there's a rehoming fee. And I was like, oh, okay. It's got to be reasonable or we're going to have to stop talking. And she said $500. And I went, what? And she goes, well, I can go down to 4. And I was like, I don't have that kind of money. No, it was supposed to be a not rescue, but people were giving animals away site. I was so disappointed. I only got her down to $300, but I'm not spending $300 on an animal that's going to cost me more money. I can't afford that right now. So he's cute as a button and he's close by, but no, not doing it. So bummer. That was like, I'm all excited and then nothing, right? It happens. So, whoops, I must have pushed the button at the same time as somebody else pushed the button because now I can't see. I saw that there were more messages. I didn't really, oh, there we go. Let's do bug out bag for nomads. Okay, good idea. We could do that. You have a standard poodle and love him to death. I know standard poodles are great. I think I'd have a little trouble having a standard poodle sleeping with me in the car, in the tracker. But you know what? If it was the right thing, I'd do it. So, okay, bug out bags for nomads. All right, we could do that. Send me a tiny house. Shane, you're so funny. Shane, you need to fix that RV that's down in Deming so that you can just take that anywhere you need to. Shane, I didn't realize you were here. Has your situation improved? I asked everybody to pray for you and I did not tell them what was going on. So you do what you need to do. But so I think that Shane's situation has improved enough. Oh, okay. I think that Shane's other situation that I asked you all to pray about, I think it's improved enough so that he can breathe again and has a little bit of relief. So thank you all for thinking of him as well. I haven't seen Greg in a little while. So, well, let's pray for Greg. I don't know what's up with him. I need to contact him and see what's happening. Greg lives somewhere close to Bend, Oregon. And he's used to be on here with us often. So I need to check in with him again. All right. I think I'm going to let y'all go. And I appreciate you all, of course. And anything I can do to help y'all, just get a hold of me somehow. You know you can email me. And you know I'll answer from anybody who's already had answers. They know I do. So, and I will be traveling again real soon. So Ciao. Have a great week, y'all. Keep each other in mind.